So Spider-Man Far From Home isn't just going to be a journey, it's going to be a self-reflecting journey and teaching Spidey a lesson. So there's been some rumors out there that I've talked to some other people as well, and they've kind of said, yeah, this is pretty much what the movie plan is. So the reason they're going to be taking Peter Parker largely out of New York for Spider-Man Far From Home is the fact that they want the character to grow in a different way. And what I was told is, you look at the previous Spider-Man movies, it's very New York based. And Spidey has recently in the comics also been more global. So they want to use that influence. And they want to kind of bring Spidey around the world because, as Homecoming showed, New York isn't just white people everywhere. You know, there's diversity. Certainly if you go to New York, you know, I go all the time, and New York is definitely one of the most diverse places I've ever seen. New York City is insane how different and how much culture is there. And if you take Peter Parker out of New York with his diverse cast and you bring them overseas, you bring them to France, Prague, London, wherever you're going to go, right? You're showing different elements of culture that Peter can grow and utilize. And certainly you're casting different types of actors to play different types of characters, so you're adding more diversity to it. And as I've recently talked about, diversity seems to be in the rise in comic book movies as well. There's a demand for it because people want more people that look like them. So having Peter kind of represent that and kind of bring him in and show that through him, who's a young kid growing still, I think is honestly quite genius, and that reflects his journey. And something pretty much everybody else has echoed to me is everything Peter learns in this movie is going to be reflective of what he learned in Avengers 4, and, you know, or 3 and 4. And when he gets back home, this journey is going to show him a different type of way. So when he comes back home for the next Spider-Man and what he's doing, he's a bigger character and understands more of the worldwide consequences that even smaller characters can have. And honestly, that's a great way to put it, because New York has already enough heroes. So if you take him out of his element and teach him something new that he can bring back home and utilize on his own personal growth, that's kind of an interesting way to take it, but it gives you more of a connection to the character because he's not just protecting New York or even a small little island in New York. Honestly, I think that's great.